This is Securing Linux Basics video part 1. What I'd like to do today is go over some basics for securing and configuring your Linux desktop computer. Um, the operating system I'll be using today for this will be Ubuntu Linux 10.04 LTS desktop version, of course. Um, There are three basic things that I think you would need, that anybody will need, no matter what operating system they use, whether it's Windows, Mac, or Linux or Unix, that they should do bare minimum to secure and make sure that their operating system is secure. And we'll be going over those today. The first thing I think you should do is make sure that your OS is updated on a regular basis. Second thing is you'll need a firewall, and the third thing I think you should use is a antivirus scanning software, even for Linux. Now I know a lot of people say that for their Linux and Unix machines, they shouldn't really need any type of antivirus scanning software. Ordinarily, that is true, but anytime you do any type of use any type of applications or go online and upload or download any types of files, even though it may not affect your system personally, you may host any type of malware or viruses that you pass on to your friends and family that use Windows machines. So it's just a good thing to go ahead and make sure that you're prepared even against hosting any viruses, even though it doesn't affect your Linux machine personally. So let's get started. The first thing I'd like to do, and like I said, this doesn't matter what type of machine you have, whether it's Unix, Linux, Windows, Apple. You should always use the three basic methods here, in my opinion, to make sure that your machine is up to date and secured. So the first thing I like to do is go ahead and start with configuring your machine to accept security and important updates. So we just let me go ahead and make this closer so people can see. Go up here to system, and it may be different per your operating system, but for Ubuntu you just go up to system, administration, and then down to software sources. Left click on that. It's going to ask you to put in your password. Then you want to go over here to where it says updates. Alright, left click on that. Now for Ubuntu users, you want to make sure that the first two is chosen: important security updates and recommended updates. And then down here where it says automatic updates, you want to choose, and you can choose whatever. I normally choose weekly. Okay, you can choose daily, every 2 days, whatever, weekly. And then I choose download, install security updates without confirmation. You can do that. That should help you. Uh, that will go ahead and install just the updates for the security updates. Any updates that you may need for your third-party software, you'll probably still need to go ahead and do that manually when your system prompts you for it. And then, of course, make sure that your system, you're downloading it for the system that you use. For me, it's going to be long-term support releases only, because I am using an LTS. Then you click close, and it's going to ask you to, oh, didn't ask me to do anything. Okay. And so that's what I do on the updates. The second thing you might want to do, well, you definitely want to do, is you want to configure your firewall. Now me, I use an Ubuntu front end, which is called UFW, which stands for uncomplicated firewall. Okay. And no matter which firewall you want to use, you always want to make sure that it's activated. And for this one, you do sudo ufw status, and it should show. Oh, it's going to ask for my password again. Okay, and as you can see, it shows that it's active. Okay, and then the next thing I think you want to do is you might want to check your ports, your logical ports. That's where all of your services usually go through. Like for any web server, usually it's port 80 that it goes through, or 8080, or 8180, or 8081, something like that. You want to make sure that any ports that you're not using or that you don't need, you close them, and you do that usually with a firewall. But to check your ports real quick, there is a utility that comes with Unix and Windows, and I'm not sure, but it may even come with Mac, and it's called netstat. So let's go ahead and see if we can check and see if any ports are open right now. And we can do that with the command netstat space minus, and these are the flags or switches that you'll use to see which ports are open. A for all, N for numbered, and T for TCP. Then you press enter, and as you can see right here, it shows that I have port 631 open. As you can see, this is your IP address. Shows your local IP address, 127.0.0.1. That's my loopback IP address. And then this, after the colon, you got the port number. And for me, it's 631. Now, 631 on Linux is usually the CUPS port for printers. If you want to keep that open, okay. If you don't, go ahead and close it. Let's see here. A good way of closing it, like I say, would be through your firewall. Let's go back to our UFW. So we would need to create a rule to deny port 61. So we do a sudo UFW space deny space, let's do 631. Enter. Rule has been added. Now, and then to look at the rule, you do a sudo UFW space status. And as you can see, port 631 has been denied. Now, all I really did was I denied both ports for, you have basically several different types of ports. You have the TCP port and you have the UDP port. Just by doing a general deny 631, that denied both of them, both TCP and UDP. And then you just do a reload your firewall, sudo w space reload. Firewall has been reloaded. Now let's go ahead and do a netstat ANT again. It's still open. Let's see here. Oh, we can also close the services this way. We do a sudo service cups stop. Okay, we have also turned off the services that way. Another way you can do it is sudo /etc /init.d/cups d space stop. Or maybe it's just cups without the D. The D usually stands for Damien. Alright, well, anyway, it stopped. So let's go ahead and see if we can do a net stat. Okay, and the services are closed. Now, you don't have to use UFW to close your ports. Any firewall, any front end firewall will do. You can go down to you can go up to applications, Ubuntu Software Center, come over here to the search box and type in firewall, and you can use any of these front ends you see. You can use Firestarter, firewall configuration, KM firewall, guard dog, whichever you feel most comfortable with. I usually just use UFW. It's very simple, very fast to use, and then I use netstat. Okay, but whatever you feel most comfortable with. But like I say, you want to go in there and you want to see about using about configuring your firewall to close all of the ports that you don't need open. Another thing that I do with mine, and it doesn't matter which firewall you use, is you want to set a basic rule to block all incoming communication coming inbound communication. And for me, with UFW, you do a sudo UFW space default deny. Now I may have that backwards, but let's just see. No, I did it right. Default incoming policy change to deny. And what that means is all incoming um, um, data will be blocked. Okay, that way no hackers or nobody who's unauthorized will be able to come in there and see or come into your system through any of your ports. And the last thing that I want to talk about today will be installing a antivirus scanning software. Now, um, for Ubuntu, again, there are several ways of installing it. You can do it here through the GUI, Ubuntu Software Center. Just go. The one that I use the most is CLAM. So I just type in CAM, and this is it right here, a virus scanner. Now again, like I said, no, you usually won't get any viruses on Linux, but you can host viruses that when you download it into your system or share it with somebody else from your system to another Windows machine, usually you can host a virus that they may get. So you want to be careful and go ahead and scan your viruses. Um, Basically, once you've downloaded that CLAM, the GUI for it, you can come down to applications, accessories, and it'll be right here. You got the virus scanner, you left click on it, and the first thing you want to do is configure it. So you go over to advanced, rerun AV, setup wizard. You want to choose system wide, then save, then quit. Then you want to go back over to advanced again, left click on it, choose scheduler, and then right here you want to choose scan your entire computer, and then choose whatever hours you want at this time, whatever antivirus signature options, the times you should want to do that, doesn't matter. Choose whatever daily plan you want, and then close. Okay, and then of course update your antivirus engine and definitions on a daily basis. Okay, and then that's it. Those are the three things that I think you should do, bare minimum, to make sure that your system is secure. Like I said, this is part one, so these are by no means written in stone. There's no particular order you need to do this in, nor do you, is this the only thing that you need to do. Those are just some basic things that you need to do that I think you should do to make sure that you are secured. This is the end of part one. Stay tuned for part two. Thank you and bye.